Inkatha Freedom Party in Gauteng is holding a memorial service for its founder, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. The prince died last month at the age of 95. eNCA reporter Hloni Mtimkulu joins us live and brings us the latest. Hloni, thank you so much and good afternoon to you. What can you tell us in terms of the proceedings so far?
Good afternoon, Cindy. So we are here at Mofolo Park in Soweto, where the IFP in Gauteng is holding a memorial service. And I'd like Percy to just show you how many people have turned out for this memorial service. There has been quite an influx of people that have come out here, that have made their way. And actually, even when we were coming here, we saw a bus or two that was making its way to Mofolo Park in Soweto for this. So it is going to be, I think, quite a big memorial in terms of IFP supporters around Gauteng. I am going to bring in the national spokesperson, who is also here. The president of the IFP, Hloni, is also here as well. So there is a big delegation of IFP leaders that are here. But I am going to bring in the national spokesperson, Just first of all, the importance of having this event here in Gauteng as well.
Well, thank you very much. When we had the funeral of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, obviously we could not get everybody to Ulundi, in as much as we had some 40,000 people in Ulundi, and at the memorial service some 15,000 people. And then there was a request from the structures of the party that they would like to commemorate the life and celebrate the life of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. The family was agreeable to that. Also for them, it is to thank South Africans for the support, not only during the passing of Prince Buthelezi, but during his lifetime of service. So today, really the party leadership is here to remember and of course to then take the party forward, is to ensure that the party readies itself for 2024. And so we are quite confident that the president today, amongst others, will be putting forth a roadmap of what the party intends on doing. So the life of Prince Buthelezi continues through the work of the party.
You talk about moving the party forward. Just in terms of reaching out beyond KwaZulu-Natal, how important will it be to get supporters in regions like Gauteng to vote for IFP? And what are you going to be doing to mobilize people to support you come 2024?
Well, I mean, the evidence is right here. You know, the party is mobilizing well outside KwaZulu-Natal. Gauteng is our second biggest province. The National Executive Committee has already approved the action plan. We've got an extended National Council meeting this forthcoming weekend to ensure that the party is ready. We are election focused, we are election driven. The inauguration of branches continues on a large scale. We also have the policy conference on the 8th and 9th of December 2023 as part and parcel of the work that we'll be doing for the manifesto compilation. In fact, this past weekend we began the Gungawe It's About You campaign of the party, which is a listening campaign to interact and engage with communities. It's more listening on the part of the party as part of enriching our process. And of course, the leaders are deployed throughout the country. I've received my schedule towards the end of October, early November. I will be in the Free State and Mpumalanga, and so many other leaders. I'm sure that you will be seeing more of us. But what's important here is that we are building on the foundations of the Prince's legacy and his life's work, and to commemorate what he has done. And we are quite confident that the party is united in its trajectory and its onward march to 2024, and we are confident of a resounding increase in party support, and we are hopeful of a successful 2024 election.
Again, talking about that 2024 election, just he was the longest serving MP. Just what happens now in terms of the party and that seat?
Oh, thank you for raising this. I saw some report by the Sunday World. It might have been the weakest reporting I've ever seen. It's reckless and irresponsible, because Sunday World phoned me and they asked for a comment on the replacement, not telling us that they'd picked up stompies of some street talk, some gossip talk about infight. There's no infighting about the princess. When we are ready, we will fill that vacancy. It's a discussion we have not had. and there's no crisis, there's no problem. In fact, there's no rush to fill that vacancy. The party is operational. So I do think that Sunday World missed an opportunity for a constructive engagement, and I would implore on them to desist from listening to yonke imsangano le ekhulunywa abantu. The party at the right time, when we are ready, we will be able to fill that vacancy. In fact, on the 7th of November, Parliament will be having its memorial and a debate on the life of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. And then on the 9th of November, there will be a memorial service in Cape Town. It is only after then that we'll have that discussion. So anybody having it now, they are really, as far as I'm concerned, and we might as well decide not to fill the vacancy if we want. So all those options are quite readily available to us, but we are quite confident as a party of our own processes, and we will take a decision at the right time, because it's not just a willy-nilly vacancy. You're filling big shoes there in Cape Town, so it's not something it's nomganjan. So I do think that Sunday World really was not honest in the conversation they had with me, which lasted less than a minute on this, in fact less than 30 seconds on this particular question, because they angled it around policy conference and only to come out with this report to say there's nameless people. So quite frankly, there is no merit to what the Sunday World has had to say.
Now, just finally, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi's role amongst the AmaZulu, and we know that there's a case that's happening tomorrow, just in terms of his role with the Zulu monarchy. How do you not replace him, but how do you work around that he's not there anymore, and who gives direction now?
That's not a question for me. They are members of the royal family here. It's not an IFP matter. You do know the prince wore many hats, and we are quite happy to stay in our lane. All we are expecting is that for the stability of the nation and the family, there has to be a reasonable and rational resolution to the family impasse, and we hope that as a family they can resolve these matters. But we do believe that the king is on the throne and that he's the legitimate king. What the family does moving forward and the replacements, all those matters are humbly for His Majesty the King and the members of the royal family who are here accompanying. And they can be in a position to address those matters, because what we do want as a party to ensure is that there's no conflation of these issues. The matters of the Zulu royal family are not a political matter, and we as a political party are not members of the Zulu royal family.
Thank you so much for your time. Mkhuleko, we'll let you get to the program. So this morning's program was meant to get underway at 10 o'clock. It is just now getting underway, but we just heard from the national spokesperson just talking about Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi's legacy and their plans also for replacing him in Parliament. Slamming those reports that have come out now in terms of what their plans are, but saying that that will be a process that does follow through over the next few weeks, and we will hear more about that. And they do say they will be mobilizing more people, especially from around Gauteng and other parts of the country, to make sure that come 2024 they are ready and they are able to increase the number of seats from 13 to hopefully more than what they have at the moment.
Yeah, Hloni, it's certainly not mincing his words. They're saying that people must refrain from casting aspersions, even going as far as saying baya pa, that the party is on solid ground, and any succession debates, need a particular time and processes. Just your reaction in hearing those words, I'm sure you also got a sense that he's agitated by all these murmurings of a succession plan.
Yeah, very touched or pressed by what has been said. But I think more importantly, despite the media reports, what is going to be interesting is what happens in 2024 and whether they can actually increase their support base. Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi was always seen as the party leader, and he was essentially the party. So even though there's obviously the president that came in, Nkosini Hlabisa, in 2019, the party has still mobilized and been seen as Prince Buthelezi's party. So that will be interesting when they move forward and how they move forward in terms of that. And can they actually increase their supporter base outside of KZN, and even in KZN where they have lost the majority that they had right at the beginning of democracy to where they are now, where they're now the opposition and not the leading party in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. So interesting times, and we'll see if this mobilization that Mkhuleko does speak about will yield results come 2024, Cindy.
Yes, and what can we expect on the program for the rest of the proceedings, Hloni?
I'm just going to try and get to the program. It's not a very long one. So the MCs are MP Zandile Majosi as well as Alderman Ngobese, and then we are going to have the national anthem has just been sung. The church service is what we are having at the moment, and it is led by the very Reverend Hloni Mtimkulu. We will have messages of support from various political parties, the IFP Youth Brigade and the IFP Women's Brigade. They will be giving messages of support, as well as Izinduna. We did see Amabutho coming through not too long ago. We had been waiting for their arrival, and we saw them coming through not too long ago. And then we are then going to have the keynote address that will be delivered by the IFP President, Velenkosi Nishlabisa, and then also we will have a response from the family, and that will be delivered by Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, Cindy. So not a very long program, but I guess it does depend on how those messages of support go and how long the IFP President will be speaking for, Cindy.
Yeah, but it's significant for the members who were not able to attend the funeral, as Mr. Hlengwa was saying. But I think we're going to leave it there for now. Hloni, quite a bit to go through on the program. Really, really appreciate your time. That's my colleague Hloni Mtimkulu. She's out in Soweto, where the IFP is hosting a memorial service in honor of the late Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi.